Hello, Tiffany.
Hello, Kat.
How are you feeling this evening?
I am not great, but that's okay.
The
I got my
horrors
leg.
persist, and so do I. No, yeah, go ahead.
The
You
horrors
have,
in general do persist.
but you
I
have
also got
personal
my leg
horrors. Yeah.
sliced open from the dermatologist earlier today, so
Well, I want to applaud you for doing that because it's really important.
thank you.
And some people just let the moles go. But yeah, skin cancer is one of those, a lot of times, if you catch it early, you know, if you had waited a year or not done it.
Yeah, I started going. I think it probably inspired by you, to be honest, but I started going yearly for a dermatologist appointment, and they just look it over and pretty much always cut something off, which is fine. But this was like they found precancer, so I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Pre-cancer though, I was very relieved. I
Better
was
than
like,
cancer. Yeah.
yeah.
It's
And
still,
there was some,
yeah.
yeah. She said it was like moderately atypical, which is better than it could have been.
Like,
So I was like, okay.
like a thing under your leg. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad.
But it was disgusting. I hated it.
Yeah.
Ugh. So it's fine. It's better than, I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah. You'll have chick stick scars. Isn't that not that we're after
Yeah.
chicks, but yeah.
It's like, I guess so.
Glory is forever. There you go.
There you go.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
But I hope it heals. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're both a little discombobulated this week. So this is going to be a shorter episode, but I thought I'd start with some story time.
Oh, please.
So when I was in my 20s, my college boyfriend that I moved to New Jersey with, his brother's girlfriend. So like, I guess my girlfriend-in-law would, but we weren't
Okay.
married.
Uh-huh.
And I can't even remember her name, but she was like studying acupuncture. And so she's like, "Can I practice on you?" And it's like, "Yeah, sure. Okay." And one of the things about when I've gone to acupuncture, every time I go to an acupuncturist, they do something different. And I'm like, if I have the same issues, why is every acupuncturist have a different, it always kind of felt like,
Uh-huh.
but I don't,
Well, they solve it, and then you have some new problems.
well, I think there are benefits to acupuncture. Like I've looked into it, but I don't think it's like the magic that, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've never tried it.
Okay, it's relaxing, and I think that's the biggest thing is that it relaxes you. But so after our session one time, she was like, "So you should be eating pumpkin because it's pumpkin season, and something like that'll align your energy." There's a lot in Chinese medicine about like you have to eat hot foods in the morning to get your furnace going, and all these things that like kind of make sense.
Mm-hmm.
In a like apocryphal kind of way or a mythology kind of way. Like, I don't think they're harmful beliefs. I don't think they're scientifically backed up by anything. But I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I was like October, and I was like, okay, pumpkin. And that's like the only conversation with her I remember having. But it's stuck in there that like you should eat seasonal produce because our bodies are aligned with the seasons, and we should be, And I thought about that a lot. So we're officially in fall now, which is, again, pumpkin season and apple picking season. And it's time to find that pumpkin patch to get that best Instagram photo with your new boots and your baby. But as Americans, we're generally disconnected from the seasonality of our produce, especially.
Yeah, totally.
But I think everybody kind of knows seasonal produce is better. And so I wanted to get into why.
Mm-hmm.
And also, is it more expensive? Because that's what this season is about, right?
Yeah.
So why is seasonal produce better?
Yeah, I'm
And
curious.
can you afford it?
Hopefully.
Welcome to Greening Up My Act.
Alrighty.
So I had a couple of sources. This is, again, pretty kind of light on research because I feel like this isn't really a contentious issue. I think if you Google, is seasonal produce better, you are not going to find anything that says it is not. So I'm just giving away the ending there.
I guess, I guess it depends on also, like, what do you mean by better?
Okay, well, and I will get into that. So
Okay.
let's start with my sources. I've got the Seasonal Food Guide, which is kind of like
Okay.
backyardchickens.com. It's like
Nice.
seasonalfoodguide.org. The American Heart Association, the Clemson Cooperative Extension Home and Garden Information Center of Clemson University.
Okay.
Book you recommended to me that I've been reading, Braiding Sweetgrass,
You've been
Indigenous
reading
Wisdom,
it.
Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants by Robin Wall Kimmerer, which I didn't realize
Yay.
was from like 2017. I thought it was new, but
Oh, yeah. It's been around a little bit, but
yeah. And then I had two websites, Falling Fruit and iNaturalist,
okay.
which I'll tell you what those are at the end here. Okay, so first of all, what is seasonal produce, right? If you didn't know, different fruits and vegetables grow and ripen at different times throughout the year. So they're harvested during different seasons. Hence, seasonal produce, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before human beings nailed down our agriculture, we relied on whatever food grew around us to feed us throughout the year, right? That was the original seasonal produce, was you can only get strawberries this time of year. You can only get apples this time of year. But
Right.
we learned to gather stuff when it was available. And something that was interesting to me in Braiding Sweetgrass was she talks about different species of even the idea of seasonality is very modern agriculture, because there would be some seasons when plants just wouldn't reproduce. Like one of the first stories she tells in Braiding Sweetgrass is her family was pretty low on food. It had been a dry summer. They didn't really have anything. And her grandfather and his brothers all found a bunch of pecans.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like a miracle, because pecan trees don't reproduce on a regular yearly cycle. There's a lot of stuff that goes into the way that they do something called alternative bearing. So some years they pull it a full crop, and some years they just don't at all. And it depends on, how many squirrels are around, or, they don't really know why they do it. They can guess that it's
Mm-hmm.
like water and things, but all the trees in an area, it's not just one tree, all the trees in an area will decide to do a bumper crop one year and not the next, or maybe two bumper crops in a row. So they're unpredictable in nature. But it's all based on what's going on in the environment around them. So agriculture has really changed that even for us. We've learned ways to make plants produce food out of season or out of their natural bearing cycles.
Mm-hmm.
This is nowadays done through like greenhouses, growing crops in places that they're not native to. No crop is native, but I mean, native pecans, we can get
Yeah.
into that. But domesticated plants, agriculture is not native. Excuse me. We have access now to global shipping, which means we not only get foods that won't grow in the places where we live, but we can even get foods from a different hemisphere. So, like, you can get strawberries grown in Australia. I don't think anyone does, but, you could get strawberries grown in South America, which is on a different winter, summer season than us. So, things like that.
Right. And bananas. Do
Yeah.
we grow bananas?
We can't grow
in the
bananas in
US?
this climate.
Yeah.
No. I don't think there's
didn't
anywhere in
so.
the U.S. that can grow bananas.
Which is insane that it's such a staple.
Yeah. Yeah. But fruits and vegetables still grow best during their natural growing seasons. So seasonal produce still makes more sense. And it really makes sense from smaller and less commercial farms, right? Because they can't make giant greenhouses to grow strawberries in February, And also, there's watering, all kinds of things. Different plants react differently to different times of the year. So that's seasonal produce. Okay, so what's better about seasonal produce? Here's the facts. They taste better.
This is very true.
This is true. And the reason is because fruits and vegetables taste the best when they're fully ripe and fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So non-seasonal produce is usually picked before it's ripe and stored for a while before it's shipped, before it even gets to your grocery store shelf, which means it just doesn't taste as good. It might be forced to ripen in other ways as well. Like ripening happens from an interaction of the sun and the plant. And when the plant is ready to let go of its seed, it's ripe. So that's when it's most nutritionally good, Well, the taste the best. Also, nutritionally, it's better. So storing food degrades its nutritional qualities. I didn't realize this. I knew this. The minute you pick a fruit or vegetable, it starts losing its nutritional value. The Heart Association article noted vitamins, especially vitamin C, start to degrade after you harvest them. Like a lot.
Oh.
So even if you did pick the vegetable and force it to ripen off the vine, it's already going to be degrading in nutritional value from being stored.
Okay.
Drying fruit also changes its nutritional value. So it, most, I don't know what the chemical process is, but most dried fruit has a lot more iron in it and less like vitamin C and things.
That might be why they tell you to eat it when you're pregnant.
Yes, they do.
That's interesting.
And canned food, cooked food also changes the nutritional value of things too, which I didn't get into in this. But the Clemson article I read said that one study showed broccoli grown in the fall, when it's seasonal, had twice the vitamin C of broccoli from the springtime.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. The other thing about eating a seasonal diet is that you're going to get a wider variety of fruits and vegetables throughout the year. So you're not just going to eat broccoli all year long, right? Ideally, you're going to eat it in the fall and then have asparagus in the spring, right? You're going to have kale in the winter. You're going to have, you get a much wider variety. This is good for your health. It's also going to teach you to learn how to cook better, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to try different things,
Yes. Talk about it's happened when I've grown things too, but I haven't actually grown vegetables in a long time. But when I was a part of the CSA, it was like, holy zucchini.
Yes.
You have to be so creative.
Yes.
I was like, zucchini boats, zucchini bread.
Yep.
Like, it was crazy.
Squash casserole. Yep. Mm-hmm. Just throwing zucchini. I just throw it in like enchiladas and stuff. I'm like, now it's got calabacitas in it. Because there's just so much squash. Yeah. So you will learn to be a better cook. Also, you're going to get less bored. I mean, I'm one of those, it might be an ADHD trait. I don't know. I haven't been diagnosed with ADHD, but I find one meal and I stick to it and that's all I'll eat,
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
that's so interesting.
I am the kind of person that doesn't try something new.
I think that is an ADHD thing.
At a restaurant. Yeah. Like I had the same order at when we were kids growing up, if we went to a fast food restaurant, this is my order. Still to this day, somebody's like, we're going to McDonald's. I'm like, okay, I don't like McDonald's, but I will only get the chicken nuggets with the barbecue sauce. Like that's
so interesting.
And I think it's just a decision making. Like I get anxious about making a decision. When I go to a new restaurant, I remember there was one summer when I was like 11 or 12, we were living on the East Coast. And I remember my dad was like, well, we're on the East Coast. We're going to see every city on the East Coast. We went to like Boston, New York.
Whoa.
And toured all of them for the historical value. And everywhere we went, I would either order chicken salad or clam chowder. That was all I ate the whole summer. And I was like, because I knew this would be something that I would eat. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So
I think I'm like medium like that. I do that. I think I do that more than I think I do.
It's one way to remove a decision from having to be made, right? So, but I mean, if I'm going to eat seasonally, I got to change that. Okay. It is more eco-friendly to eat seasonally. So if you focus on seasonal produce, you can focus on local produce. Because it's seasonal to where you're at. I'm not talking about seasonal in like Maine.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what's seasonal in Maryland, what's seasonal in Texas, which is different for the record.
Yeah.
It's not. So if you eat local produce, it's not going to get shipped or stored. And that cuts out a whole bunch of, They're also not going to use the techniques that help them ripen faster. That takes energy. And so again, it's just better for the environment in general. Also allows the farmers to take care of their soil in better ways.
Yeah.
So they can amend the soil, which also improves nutrition and taste of the vegetables.
Yeah. I wonder, I'm thinking like if I go to Safeway.
Yeah.
And I get seasonal produce, I don't really know where that's coming from.
That is
even
a question.
Sprouts, I don't even know where that's coming from.
I have found that H-E-B is obviously a magical unicorn grocery store, and they will tell you that it's local.
I guess actually, there are sometimes like local, but it's a really small selection of things. It's like corn.
Yeah.
When it's corn season or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes I can tell.
Yeah, and I mean, unless you're growing your own vegetables, it's going to be hard to be like purely seasonal.
Yeah.
Chicken nuggets are never in season, and 4-year-olds eat chicken nuggets. So, like, but I'll get into that a little later.
Yeah.
Another benefit of eating seasonally is you support your local economy, like we were just saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you're buying your food from local providers, you support local farmers, and you give local growers money that stays in your community.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to talk with them. If you go to like farm stores, you actually, or farm stands or farmers markets, you actually get to talk with them about how the food was grown. So you increase your educational understanding of the food, and you develop a relationship, which is something that's important. That
so important.
we don't have with food.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's less expensive. So good news. Produce that's in season is usually less expensive than other produce. This is because, again, it doesn't have to be shipped or stored. Also, it's not being grown against the elements, so the farmer doesn't have to take measures to keep growing it when it should be unnatural to do so.
Yeah.
And farmers tend to have more of any given seasonal produce, so they can sell it at a lower cost.
Yeah, totally.
So it is less expensive.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and it also seems it's just like less. It's less work. It's just
less,
like
it's less labor
It's
intensive.
amazing when you plant something that wants to be there.
Yes.
And like wants to be alive at that time.
Yes.
It's just like amazing how much easier it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether it's flowers or vegetables.
Well, yeah, and the pollinators are right for it, and like there's all kinds of, some vegetables don't need pollination the way that fruit trees do, or squash. Even squash needs bees and stuff. So you can't plant it in the fall and hope that it's gonna come up in the winter. It's just not gonna work.
Right.
Or some vegetables prefer colder soil. All these things. Mm-hmm. So.
We got hummingbirds for the first time.
Oh.
They came on their fall
migration.
Yeah.
They're migrating. Did you know the males migrate first and then the females?
I didn't know that, but that makes a lot of sense actually, because we had like a pair. They weren't a pair. They hated each other.
Yes,
they're
there's a lot of fights. Yeah.
Yeah, but they were like two, and I think they were male, and then like a week, they kind of stuck around, but then I noticed two other ones, and they looked less vibrant, so that might have been the females.
Yeah, my dad, we just had a conversation about that. They're finishing up their migration in Albuquerque. Right now.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gone now, but they were here like a couple days ago. So
yeah,
we'd never had them here, and it was so cool.
Yeah,
they buzzed me. I was like trimming my bushes.
They're like, get away from our nectar.
Yes, they're like chirp 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 chirp. I'm
like,
I'm sorry, I have to trim this stupid thing.
Oh my gosh, one of my favorite things to do in Albuquerque is sit on the back patio and watch the hummingbirds battle each other, because they are wild.
They're intense. They were like trying to fight each other.
And they're like, boom! Yeah, they sound like little dive bombers. Yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, like helicopters.
But yeah, when they pollinate, that's when whatever, and I don't have specific examples, but yeah, that's what they do. So.
Yeah, it just reminded me. I was like, I need to tell people that I finally have hummingbirds, because when we did our bird feeder episode, I was like, I've never had hummingbirds here. I might try it. So I tried it, and it worked. So
yeah.
And I was very cautious about cleaning it out.
Good.
So.
Yeah, that's the dangerous part.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other point I wanted to make about seasonality, it was from Braiding Sweetgrass, is the seeing the food as a gift from the environment. And I forget what she called it. She had like some... I meant to look it up again, but that she tries to practice this kind of mindfulness with, like, every time she gets a piece of paper, she has to be like, thank you to the tree that gave me this, which with seasonal produce you can do. You could be like, this zucchini came from the earth. Thank you to the earth, which it's harder when things are more, produced, or like you're disconnected from them. If you don't ever see the apple tree that your apples come from, it's hard to be mindful that this was, work went into this, and the earth provides, Yeah,
totally. I think it was her, because I think I started following her on our Instagram.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think, or else I just saw her being interviewed on like PBS or something. But, yeah, she was saying that, oh my God, my brain totally crapped out.
It's okay.
My brain is so fried. Keep talking, I'll think of it.
Oh, okay. Well, actually,
something cool.
I was going to take a break right now. So.
Oh, perfect. I'll think about it.
Okay. You think about that and we'll take a break.
Okay, sounds good. I remembered.
Okay, I was going to say those 12 seconds definitely brought it back to you. Okay.
Yeah. She was saying that she thinks what people need is like more than like conservation areas. They need like, she didn't call it a playground, but it was like an interactive, like a place where you can go and interact with the environment. And like these apple picking farms or whatever are one thing, but more than that.
Yeah.
Like we need somewhere where we can maybe not even have to pay, and we can go pick berries, we can go plant flowers, we can go, I don't know, whatever, like play in the stream or whatever. But like interact in a way where you get more connected with, oh, this is where the food comes from.
Yes. Yeah, not just like a once in kindergarten field trip to the farm, you know?
Exactly. Or if you have, like, we live by a bunch of farms, so we happen to live here, but like most people don't.
Yeah.
So.
And even at like pumpkin patches and stuff, they're already kind of pre-picked and you just kind of...
Oh yeah, we have seen them at the farm near us, ship them in from Giant.
Yeah.
Like the grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they just throw them in a field and charge you $50.
Yeah, to walk through and take a picture.
So stupid.
I really, the thing about, and I haven't finished the book completely, but you talked about it before too, where she talks about actually it's not leaving the earth alone that is good. There's some of that is good. Rewilding is good, but there's also the whole thing about sweetgrass is it grows better when humans tend to it. Mm-hmm. And I was listening to the only other podcast I listen to, which is Stuff You Should Know. They had a thing about the Amazon, and they're like, yeah, the Amazon is a curated forest.
That's amazing.
And so 30% of it right now is relegated to indigenous people who are completely out of touch. Most of them are completely out of touch with the rest of the world, which they're like, but that rainforest survives better because, I mean, you know, the civilizations that have lived there for thousands of years have curated that whole forest into this ecosystem that produces food and, you know, has birds and again, a balanced ecosystem that is tended to and managed by people. And that's something that we forget, you know, that we do have a part to play. You know, agriculture has been around and we have created, you know, maximized how the planet can provide food for us. But we started by, you know, whatever the planet could provide for us and then just kind of amended it. You know, we've gone way out of whack in another direction, but that, it's not a hands-off approach. It's a hands-on approach.
Yeah. So, I love that. That is so cool.
Yeah. So yeah.
We are supposed to be the tenders of the earth and we've forgotten. And,
I mean, even the Christian Bible teaches that, you know.
Well, that is interesting to me because I feel like it's also a very Christian thing to think that we are separate from nature.
It's been since the 1700s or something. And there is also, you know, that was a huge part of, oh, come on, my brain is mush too, but Chinese culture in like the 13th, 14th century is that humans are different from animals. And so they also had a very separate ideology of like man's place in the world. Which changes how you deal with the world around you and agriculture and things like that too. So it's, I mean, very different approaches, but
and you're feeling your like levels of responsibility.
Yeah.
Feeling responsible.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I tie everything back to invasives, but I feel like some people actually still do argue for just letting the invasives go. I think most people don't argue that, but you know, that's like a huge thing. That's like not easy, but that's one step you can take.
Yeah. To manage invasives. Yeah.
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 I sprayed mine and it felt so good. Die, tree of heaven. It's wild because it's like, I could only get, because it's so bad that I could only get to a certain portion of them, and it's just like crispy and brown and then green right next to it. And I'm like, oh,
the plant next to it is going,
yeah,
what happened to you, dude? John, wake up, John. It's just sitting there shaking in its little leaf boots. She's coming for us with the spray. Yeah.
That's awesome. I did feel quite powerful doing it. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I hate you. Well, and also like the difference between an invasive species and, again, like corn isn't native, the type of corn we grow, but you can grow it in a way that.
Yeah, and I mean, technically, like, black-eyed Susans will take over if you let them, but it's not invasive. Yeah. It's just aggressive as shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome, and I love it.
Mint's not invasive, it's just aggressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my next section was like, what's in season right now? Okay. Mm-hmm. And this depends on where you live. Yeah. And when you're listening to this podcast. I went on, if you go to the seasonalfoodguide.org, the first thing they have is you select your state, what month you're looking at, and what type. You can say all produce, or you can even select like blueberries or carrots, and see when they're in season. But if you just select like, and it has it broken up between early in the month and late in the month. It's also cool the background changes when you, like, I looked up New Mexico and there's a scene of New Mexico in the header.
Yeah, this is cool.
And they have an app for your phone too. But it lists like so many, like Texas right now, it's like apples, arugula, basil, black-eyed peas. And I was like, this is too many.
Funny enough, mine says Asian pears, but hey.
They're in season in Maryland.
And bok choy. I mean, you can grow that here.
Yeah, man, bok choy too.
Bok choy is so good.
I know. Black-eyed peas here. Figs. We have figs. I have a fig tree out front. Grapes. It's grape season. So
cabbage, cauliflower.
There were some.
Chard.
Yeah.
This is September, by the way, if anybody's. I don't know.
Yeah,
if I've said that,
it's going to be October when we release this, I think. But no, it's going to be. No, yeah, it's going to be October when we release this.
Yeah, because it's already the end of September.
I know. Holy cow. But yeah, so that's a really cool tool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I love this.
So you can plan your culinary year around your favorite fruits and vegetables, Yeah. It's like, when do blueberries come out?
That is so cool. I've been wanting to buy, which I realize I probably don't need to buy a thing. Like a local, they make like Etsy. People sell really pretty local produce calendars or maps. Or whatever,
that's cool.
That you can like prints that you can put on your wall.
Well, you could do that, or you could just use this app.
Yeah, that's cheaper.
I know. Yeah, when be like, I'm going to the grocery store. What should I look for? What do I feel like? Leeks. Mm-hmm. I want a leek and a pumpkin tonight. Yeah. 'Tis the season. So
that's great. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of going to the grocery store, I wanted to follow up on real quick because I will forget.
Okay.
On the eggs.
Oh yeah.
I talked about eggs, and I talked about how pasture raised eggs are not always going to be certified humane. That is true.
Okay. Ding ding ding.
I was like, they probably usually overlap, but I found some that were like cheap. They were the store brand, and they didn't have any sort of like certified humane label on them.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh.
You'll never be able to unsee that now.
Yeah. And I spent like $8 on eggs.
You know what?
But those are precious eggs.
They are. So. They are not getting thrown on the ground or at your neighbor's house. Yeah.
Yes. So. Yeah. But anywho's, back to seasonal produce.
So I said, how can you incorporate more seasonal produce into your life? Okay, number one, do your research. Mm-hmm. Find out what's in season and buy that from your grocery store. And you'll probably find that if it is in season and it's at your grocery store, it's probably local. Because it's cheaper for them to buy local often than it is to have it shipped, So, okay, then go to farmers markets, local co-ops, or farm stands. They'll only stock what they're growing, which makes it easy to buy seasonally. And again, you can have a chat with them.
Yes.
Sign up for a CSA so you can get all the zucchini your heart desires.
Yes, but maybe split it with your neighbor.
Yeah.
We had this small share and it was crazy.
Yeah, I would be like, what am I going to do with... Yeah.
Yeah.
But they'll only deliver what's growing seasonally. So...
Yes.
Then experiment. Try out fruits and veggies you wouldn't normally get into. Mm-hmm. So when I had that CSA farm box delivered, I would look up recipes for whatever they gave me. I'd be like, all right, I got bok choy coming. What am I doing?
Yeah.
And that's how I learned to make saag paneer. because I had so much spinach.
Oh my gosh.
It was delicious. I made my own cheese.
We've made it once, and oh boy, it was delicious, but we never have like fenugreek. Like fenugreek is hard to find.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
Yeah.
So good.
The seasonal food guide, when I looked it up, they had something called lamb's quarters, which I've never heard of, so I might try to find some of those and see what I can make with them.
Yum.
Yeah. Another idea is to try foraging.
Oh.
So this is a fun one. There are so many maps on the internet that show where there's like publicly available fruits or sometimes vegetables, but mostly fruits, tree nuts, berries. Sometimes it's planted, like there's fig trees or whatever, or apple trees that are just hanging over the sidewalk and you can grab. And sometimes it's like, well, that's mostly what the foraging maps are. They say like, here's pecan trees that are publicly accessible. Falling fruit is the most well known, but
cool.
a lot of people I saw like on Reddit said that they recommend iNaturalist because you can also report. But falling fruit has an interactive map where you can like zoom in on your neighborhood and see what's nearby. They're all citizen reported locations of fruit trees or nut trees or berries, whatever, and you can just go and pick them.
Wow.
There's also a really cool woman on Instagram who goes by the Black Forager. And she talks about local fruits and vegetables or nuts, berries that you can forage. Like she had a whole thing about magnolia flowers, and she shares recipes, and like she makes like magnolia flower cookies, or like, is this one poisonous or is this one poisonous? She's like, this is a horse chestnut and this is a real chestnut and this is how you tell the difference. She's really cool to follow.
Okay, yeah, that would be my one concern is accidentally poisoning myself.
Well, but that's the thing with like these like falling fruit it's pretty obvious. It'll be like loquats, like it's a fruit tree. Here it is on this, it's like very specific on the map. It's on this corner. And you know what a pecan looks like. I went once with my cousin. I was in Iowa City for a week or something in the summer, and she was visiting her mom, and we went down to her local library with a ladder and picked cherries off the cherry tree. Because a lot of these places, they don't have anyone to harvest it. They're not farms. Yeah. They're just, or like, they're free, and you can do that, and they're in season,
yeah. My dad used to, and my grandma used to know where there were like persimmon trees growing, and they would go pick them.
Yeah.
We've also foraged for morel mushrooms before.
Oh, yes.
I did that with my grandma once.
Foraging for mushrooms is really, you have to know the right mushrooms, but you can also
morels are easy because they look so different than others. But
use Google Lens on your phone and take a picture of it and see what it is.
Yeah.
And if it's uncertain, just don't pick it. But yeah, we used to do it. The hash in Albuquerque does a hash camp out in Santa Fe where they do the mushroom hash, and like a lot of the hashers in Albuquerque and New Mexico in general are like biologists and Forest Service, or so they know what mushrooms to get, and it's really cool. And then we'll have a cookout and we'll have all these mushrooms, and
oh my gosh, that's so cool.
So yeah,
I once visited a friend who was very new to mushroom hunting, and she's like she picked stuff and she looked through the book like, I think that's what that is, and she wanted to cook with it, and I was like, I think I'm gonna pass on the mushrooms tonight.
How about you try it and let me know? Yeah. I'm not secure enough. If I go out with my biologist friends and they know what they're doing, I'll do it. But there's perfect. Some though. I mean, there's like the black. Watch all of her videos, and
yeah,
she's
that's really helpful.
She's in New York, so you might have more overlap than.
Oh, that's interesting.
I have, but she was even talking today about some berries that usually only grow in the South, and she's like, I'm in New York and I found them. So yeah, okay. There's a lot of spread happening. Yeah, seasonality is changing. So
yes, that too.
And then as an alternative, like for instance, when the acupuncturist girlfriend-in-law told me, to eat pumpkin, like canned pumpkin is not the same as like buying a pumpkin and grilling it and making it myself. So just because it's seasonal, like a can of green beans is not the same as fresh green beans, but one thing that's true is frozen fruits and veggies are usually fresh when they're frozen. Yeah. So they're ripe. So eating frozen berries and stuff, they're nutritionally going to be almost exactly the same as if you got them fresh. So you can have frozen strawberries in January and they'll be the same freshness level or the same nutritional level and taste level. The thing is, obviously, freezing changes texture. So, like, frozen squash, not great.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's so mushy.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Because squash, it's like a cucumber.
Yeah, it has so much water content in it.
Yeah.
So, but recognize that, it is good to, if you're growing your own vegetables, to like store them and can them. It does change the nutritional value. Storing apples over a season, they're going to degrade in quality as, if you freeze them. I think frozen apples aren't that great either because that's a super...
Yeah, I don't hear many people doing that.
Yeah.
You can't buy frozen apples at a grocery store,
No,
right?
they're probably too mushy.
Buy applesauce.
Yeah, but you can make applesauce. Pickling things, sauerkraut, they all change the nutritional value. So don't be like, well, I can't eat anything out of a can, or like I can't eat anything cooked because it changes. Like there are reasons that we have developed these systems of cooking and things that provide different things for us nutritionally. But if you can, buy seasonal. It'll be cheaper. It's better for you. It'll taste better. And it's more fun,
Mm-hmm.
So
that's awesome.
That's what I had.
Oh, very cool. Wow. That was, I think, the first time ever that you're like, this is going to be short. And it was.
Yeah, it's about
like going.
Yeah, we're like, oh, it's 50. Well, now we'll talk for 15 minutes about
probably
something. It is. I mean, we were almost at 40 minds. So that's about where we used to do. We've been going over lately because we're so excited about things, but
yeah, that's true.
I mean, I didn't really think about seasonal produce very much. I just kind of, we have our set meals that we buy and we just go get them. There are seasonality to, meat as well. We're talking about produce in this episode. I didn't get into like, obviously wild animals, you hunt elk in the fall and things like that.
Right.
And I didn't really get into that. That's a different, I don't think conventional.
Or like lamb, right?
Yeah, lambs in the spring. Yeah. If you wanted to guide your meat eating habits by that, I didn't research it, but there's something to be said for that too. I have a lamb on Easter. Sorry to my vegan friends, but it's like the one time that I roast lamb, and that's my Easter meal. Even though I'm not a Christian, I don't celebrate Easter, but I love having to mark the spring. I have lamb, and I like that.
Yeah, I started doing, is it black-eyed peas on New Year's?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're in season now, but they dry them. Yeah, I love black-eyed peas on New Year's.
Oh my God, and they're so good.
Yeah.
It's like so delicious.
Yeah.
And I remember what I made, something last year. I don't know, some recipe. But
well, I guess I did kind of...
Charlie didn't eat it, but it's fine.
I wanted to kind of counter, like, the reason eating seasonal produce is good for you is not because, like, it aligns your chakras. I mean, it might. But it's because we have it just tastes better and it's nutritionally better. Like, I would say maybe that as human beings we have evolved, to eat things at certain times. So what we've evolved to do is eat food when it's ripe. So my body doesn't care about when a pumpkin is ripe. What it cares about is that it has the most nutritional value available. So
yeah, I do kind of appreciate the spiritual side of that though, because it's like, to make it a little bit less woo-woo, it's like humans like to be aware of what season it is, what
we always have
day
been,
it is,
until the invention of electric light. We were.
Yeah.
It's only been like 100 years, 150 years since that wasn't the case. That our circadian rhythms are off. We don't know. Like, you could just have no idea what season it is.
Yeah.
I sometimes don't. Yeah.
I think it's really good for the soul to be connected to that kind of thing. Not saying that I am, maybe more than some, but not really. I mean, I honestly feel like it's just in the last couple of years that I've been like, oh, there's a reason why all of the winter cakes and stuff use citrus.
Yes. Citrus is a winter plant. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, and that's not that's not local for me by any means, but they taste a hell of a lot better in the winter, like grapefruits and whatnot.
Yeah, that's why my dad would buy us like a case of grapefruit for Christmas kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, I need to do that. I love grapefruit.
Crockett Farms in Texas, I think, will ship them to you. So.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and pears too.
Nice.
They do Bartlett pears.
Okay. Oh man, yeah, pears. But yeah, it's like you don't think about the fact that like so many not even really Christmas time, but like winter cakes and winter desserts are pears and they're citrus.
Because that's when they're ripe. Oh, it used to be a thing. You got an orange in your Christmas stocking, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that must have been like a special treat.
Yeah.
Because
otherwise
you had scurvy all year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that oranges? Is that only limes? I don't know.
Yeah. Limes, any citrus fruit is.
Okay.
But yeah, like, I don't know. It is interesting. It is cool to be aware of that and be in touch with it. I agree with you. There's something about it, you know.
Yeah, there's something really, like, natural.
Yeah, and ancestral, you know.
Yes.
Like, we are so disconnected. And it's the first time in human history we've been this disconnected.
Yeah.
And it makes, you know, it helps with your anxiety. It really does.
Yes. So. And there's a reason. Because we're meant to know these things.
Go look at the moon and forge some persimmons, you know? Like
I love it. I just saw my county, I think it's through like, it's not Parks and Rec, but it's like, I don't remember who was putting it on, but some park near me is doing forest bathing.
I love it.
It's free and you go one evening and you just show up and they walk you through and you're supposed to have like a meditative experience in nature. And I was like, that sounds lovely.
That sounds so nice. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I might go, but I doubt I'll be able to, but it would be nice. Yeah.
Make a point of it. Yeah. Or take yourself forest bathing. I mean, we talked about that.
I know, that's the thing. Like, I don't think I really need a guided tour, but it would be cool to, you know, be with other people. Maybe. It might be awkward.
Depends.
I don't know.
Depends. Yeah. But, yeah.
But, yeah, I thought that sounded nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, that's what I had. Next week, we are talking about microplastics.
Yeah, we're going to get a little depressing.
Yeah. So
apologies.
Eat your seasonal fruit and enjoy it before we get
this was
into...
like a light.
Yeah,
reader.
This is a nice one.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's kind of a doozy. Well, I'm reading this book called A Poison Like No Other, and it's like, whoo-wee. It's a heavy, heavy book. It's not even heavy. I don't mean heavy in a way. It's just so scientific.
Yeah, thick. Yeah, dense.
Oh my, yes. Not like, heavy on the heart. Although that is there for sure. But yeah, I'm like, can I slog through this thing? I'm not sure. So we'll see. I'm at least halfway through, but
okay.
Yeah. So I was just really curious because everybody's talking about microplastics in their food, especially.
Yeah, rice. Yeah. I won't. Obviously, you're going to talk about it. So yeah, I just read an article about it, and I had to stop halfway through because I was like, well, okay, we're all going to die.
That's what it feels like. But actually, I think there's like some misinformation out there about it. So, not that it's not bad, but there is misinformation that everybody kind of says. So it's interesting.
Okay.
It'll be an interesting episode once I finish my research.
Well, take care of yourself because that's what matters. So.
Yeah, it's been a hard week.
Yeah, take a break.
Thank you. Cool. Yeah, that sounds good. What should we tell people?
You can subscribe to our Patreon. We need to record an episode one of these days here. So
yes, we do.
We've been thinking about it. So we'll try to put something out. Yeah.
Too many ideas.
Yeah. But yeah, it's at patreon.com/greeningupmyact. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, thank you for talking us through seasonal produce.
Thanks for listening. And I'll see you next week.
Okay.